so many hands came down and pulled me up. So why shouldn't I do that for the new players?
Welcome, everybody, back to another Upland Players podcast. I'm here with the one and only Morecheese this week. Morecheese, thank you for joining me. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I've been looking forward to this.
Same. You mentioned it actually off camera before. Look, I'm so excited to talk Starfield. And out of everyone at Upland, you're like the one person that I see consistently posting gaming content, and I love it. So actually, let's start there. You're a gamer. Starfield, 1 to 10. Give me a score.
10.
Oh yes, I
10.
like it. I agree 100%.
It's crazy. It's like, all right, so I'm a huge gamer. I played all the Far Cries. I played all the Assassin's Creeds. I played all the Fallouts except for 1 and 2.
Okay.
I love Fallout.
Did you play Skyrim?
Yes, I played Skyrim. I played Oblivion.
Very good. Yeah, so you're going back. You've got all the Bethesda.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I love Bethesda. Me and Nick Valentine forever. I have to just throw that out there. But the thing I like about Starfield is the freedom, the options. It just has everything. It has everything in it. The learning curve. Yeah. There's a learning curve, but once you get over that, sky's the limit. It's pun intended.
It's like an onion to me. I'm over 20 hours in. I've not got to play it as much as I'd like to, and I have to do it in chunks. So I try to set aside time, like 4 hours at a time, so that you can really sink your teeth into it. And I'm learning new stuff, and new stuff is unlocking. And
yes,
have you made it? Have you made it to the end yet? Where are you at?
I have been in a never-ending loop of side quests, and I just went to Neon, and I love Neon.
Oh, Neon is awesome. I just went there as well. Neon is so cool.
It's beautiful, and they even said that they themed it after Cyberpunk, and they did a good job.
For real.
Have you applied for any jobs there? Because you go on interviews and everything.
Oh, no, I've not applied for jobs. That's funny, though. You're applying for jobs, and I'm taking what's the Neon drug called?
Oh my god!
Yeah, have you taken the Neon drug?
Hey, I haven't taken it, but I know it works like in Fallout 4, like the jet, where does it stop time, or does it make
it slows it down? It slows it down.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I'm in the bar, and on Neon it's legal. So for those of you that don't know Starfield, Neon's the city on a planet, and it's legal. It's the only place that it's legal to take this one drug. And so I'm in a bar, and the bartender's like, "Just take it." Okay.
You want to go to our secret lounge?
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, sure, I'm bougie. I can do it.
Yeah, so that's fun. So as a gamer, how did you find Upland? Was it the gaming aspect? Was it something else?
All right. Well, when it all happened when COVID hit, because I've never been a blockchain gamer. But when COVID hit, I just happened to have so much more free time on my hands. I started looking for more games, and I found the blockchain gaming genre and the NFTs, and I thought it was interested. And I kind of pride myself on learning new stuff, and especially when it has to do with gaming. And I found Alien Worlds, which is not Upland, but it gets there. Trust me. I found Alien Worlds, and there were people in there talking about Upland. And I asked them, like, what is Upland? And they told me a little bit about it. And it was interesting enough for me to go to the Play Store. And the reviews were so bad. I was like, what? I never put stock in reviews. So I did my own research. And I saw that one of the big reasons for the bad reviews was the lack of time that they wanted to put into researching the game and finding more about it. Because we were talking offline, like, I said it was similar to Starfield, where, some people just want to play an easy game. The easy games are fun, but in the end, they don't really offer you anything. So, I did some research. I found that out, and I personally love sharp learning curves when it comes to a game. Anyways, I joined the Discord,
Mm.
and it was very active. I was impressed. There were new player section, and I went there, and everyone was helping each other. So I decided, to try my hand. I downloaded the game, minted a few properties in Fresno for under 1K UPIX, which was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
And I flipped them for double pretty quickly. And I saw how easy it was, and it was fun, and it was getting easier. So I just jumped in. I put 8K in there. I saw it as an investment and a game. It was, in my mind, something revolutionary, something I haven't experienced before, and I wanted to be a pioneer.
Mm.
My first weekend, I see Ben68 yelling Midtown Terrace, and I was like, "Who is this crazy guy? Let me go get some properties." And I got 9 properties in San Francisco, Midtown Terrace, and then that's how the UDU was born, and that was sometime March 2021.
Very cool. And so for those that may not know, what is the UDU?
UDU is Upland Development United. So basically, it's just a place for people who kind of want to hang out with like-minded people. Though we do vet, we make sure that you're following the TOS, that you're not multi-accounting. Sometimes things show up later. We can't, prevent everything, but it's basically a place where you can go and trust people to do interactions. And for the most part, because you're never 100% perfect, 99% sure you won't get bamboozled.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, that's great. That sounds like that's a great network of people. You mentioned revolutionary and pioneer.
Yes.
What is it about Upland that you see as revolutionary, and how are you a pioneer, or how are Upland players a pioneer?
Because I feel like it's very new. The whole thing with the metaverse, everyone wants to be involved. Like Facebook wants to be involved. You got places like Decentraland. You got places like Sandbox. And I did the comparison. I shopped around, and the reason why I chose Upland was because they put the community first. Like in all these other places, you see all these big names, and that's great, but you don't really see anything player owned. You know what I mean? And revolutionary means like, it just came around a few years ago. I know like some things have been before, ahead of their time, but I feel like it's just starting now. And we're like some of the first people to go through it. So we're pioneers. We're really leading the way.
And what style of player, if like self-described, if you were to describe your style of play since being in Upland, what style would that be? And has it changed since you first started?
Oh, it changed a lot. Oh, yeah. Like in the beginning, it was try to get the most value for your purchase. So I personally wanted to get stuff that gave me big dividends, that were in a collection. I was a slow one to get up to, executive, but it was a nice slow, because I was able to make my 8K turn into something bigger. Nowadays, you really have to strategize, and this is also advice I would give to new players coming in. At this time in the game, starting in the game, you have to start picking and choosing. Like there's so many options at the moment, and it can get really overwhelming. I would personally like research, see what you enjoy the most, take it from there, use strategy when having to decide between, like, let's say, for example, totems, new city release, cars. You can easily get overwhelmed now as compared to when I first started, because of all like the awesome stuff Upland's putting out. It's a good problem to have. And like all the different business opportunities, like being spread out too thin will burn lots of people out. And like a lot of people in this realm are older, and they have busy in real life lives. So long story short, strategize and network nowadays more so than just trying to get into everything. Like my personal thing was the map assets. The Speedway kind of came, I was like, I do a show. I have stuff to give away. Why not have something where I could put on my show and give out prizes,
Yeah. And that's where your Speedway. What's the name of your Speedway again?
More cheese breeze.
More cheese breeze. I love that. That's so good. So what is your focus now?
Now it's basically, sorry, my hair is attacking me. It's working on my meta ventures, the Samurai Aquatics business I have with D-Tech and Ben. Also, I'm still waiting for my map assets to get approved, Upland, for my Morecheese Pixel Palace.
Oh, fun.
I would love to have those out there. It's not, they're more, I'll say this, they're more useful designs than beautiful. Because like Samurai Aquatics, I put like my beauty and my heart and soul into, and then these are more so like necessary. I feel personally.
Can you preview any of, like, tell us about any of them, or is it top secret until they drop?
I don't want anyone to copy. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
There's only one thing that I've seen that someone else is doing, which is fencing.
Oh, I see.
But there's other stuff that I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
Confidential.
Okay. I'm excited. Yeah, because I am very excited for the future personally of map assets, and very excited for Minecraft. I've used this example before, or Sims, or where like it's half of the fun, if not most of the fun, is taking something and making it uniquely yours with all of the cool options and combining them. And I think that's what map assets can be for properties. Imagine looking top down and just being able to block by block build something super unique on your properties. I'm very excited for that. So,
and I can't wait to start going into properties and map asseting inside as well. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Map asseting on the indoors.
Yeah,
I agree with you. It's gonna be awesome. So you were at Genesis Week this last week, and you were there twice. You were there first year as well. I would love to hear your experience about Genesis Week, about what it's like being in person with people. Did that change the game for you? Did that enhance it? And then what was the evolution as well of Genesis Week from year 1 to year 2, someone that's been both years?
I love the meeting the community. It was so amazing to just kind of get a whole bunch of nerds together and like just hanging out with my own people. Because that's how I see myself. I'm a socially awkward nerd, geek, dork, whatever have you. And for the most part, there were those there as well. And then you have like the cool people, like the TMLs and the Too Stupids and stuff like that. And they hung out with us, and it was great. I remember the first night in year 1 having gelato with TML and my husband, and we were there for hours, and my husband was just on his phone like can we go? and then every time we'd go, like me and TML would have something new to talk about. It was a lot of fun. I'd say how they upped it the second year was definitely the booths to let people showcase what they're doing. That was a lot of fun. And then having the
and you had a booth.
I did because I have this was my banner. Samurai, so MVE, D-Tech's Workshop, and Morecheese Pixel Palace.
Yeah.
And the UDU. So I had to talk about everything. And I also talked about Avalon Druids.
So how was having a booth? Was there a lot of interest at Genesis Week from other players? Was it a great way to network and connect?
It was a great way to network and connect. And basically, you have people coming to you, and you could kind of like, who are you? Instead of going around talking to them. So it was an easy socializing kind of thing as well. But I had this really fun cheese game. And I have video of Idan playing it, which was awesome. I have to find it and like maybe get it over to you guys. I always I always want approval before I put any videos of anybody out. But yeah, that was super fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you have talked a lot. What keeps coming up is your creativity here. and behind you is some of your artwork.
Yes.
Let's talk about your artwork. What is it, and how did you get started with it?
All right. So I've always been a sketch artist my whole life. Since I was young, I would record basketball games in the 90s and kind of like pause them on the screen and draw right from there. So, like, I had stuff like Pat Riley,
Wow.
John Starks, Charles Oakley, Sam Cassell. I loved all types of art and crafts. I learned crochet, knitting, and beading. Now, the beading was my favorite, and I actually have this. I showed this to Jillian. I don't know. I got to put my hand behind it.
Wow, look at that. That's way
And
cool.
it's tiny, like the beads. You see the thread right there? It's tiny. So it's all just tiny, size 11 delicate beads kept together on string. And you could see like all the different, it looks like pixel art. You have to see it close.
Yeah, look at that. It really does. Yeah, it's like pixel art. Exactly.
And it's extremely time consuming. First, you need to graph it out, which is my art nowadays, which is so weird. I never thought the grafting would be my art. But I really got into the graphing aspect of it and challenged myself. One day, Ben, I showed him some of my beading designs, and he was like, "Oh, that's so cool. Can you make my BE?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. It's easy enough." And I designed it. I made the graph first. I'm like, does this look good? Is anything you want to change? He's like, no, that's great. You should make that into an NFT. And I'm like, what? That's stupid. And I'm like, that's not my actual talent. It's the actual beading.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. You should get more into it. Start, doing that. And it's pixel art. So I use this bead tool that uses bead textures. So that's how every bead has its own little special look to it when I art into it. And so I played around with it. I started making some really cool stuff. And from there, Ben introduced me to T. Davis. You remember T. Davis, right? Of course.
Yeah.
And he is such a great human. He took 3 days to teach me everything I know about NFT creation, storage, wallets, and he's very thorough guy, fellow Gemini like me. I love Geminis. I went on to get whitelisted in Atomic Hub, and it was quite the kerfuffle. I love that word. I'll tell you, at the time you needed to show progress pictures, which was fine. Sure. Then you needed to show a video of yourself creating it.
As like verification so that you're not stealing it or something.
And then you had to have 150 followers on any social media. And back then, I'm not, the fun, socially awkward person you see nowadays. I was a shy, socially awkward person. Yeah. But I got everything done. I got whitelisted. And then I proceeded to create POAPs for wine and cheese. So everybody that came onto the show would get an NFT of themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then Lizette was on. I have a POAP of her. I have so many people, Metaverser, Uplando, the Goldsmith. It's pretty fun. He was on there twice. The first NFT I made, because sometimes I could be a bit dark. So you have his McRib sandwich block explorer, right? Mm-hmm. And me and Ben are behind him, and I'll have to show you this offline. And we both reach out and grab the sandwich, and we pull it apart, and like his little sandwich guts come out, and he starts crying.
I love that. That's good. What did he think of it? Was he shocked? Did he love it? Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yes, I always get like everyone like, make sure you like this, and then like we would have other people on from other projects. Like, I don't know if you heard of Novo Pangea. No, I used to go on his streams. He's really fun. His wife is crazy in a good way, and she hates one of his artworks, his bird. So I made that NFT. She's in the bushes, and he likes to play golf. So I made him there playing golf. And like her hand comes out, grabs the bird's neck, and yanks it off. She loved it. She loved it.
That is too funny. So you sold them on for what? For on Atomic Hub, correct?
Yes, the ones that I had that were more than one of one, those went on. I minted them on Atomic Hub, and then I would put them on Nifty blocks, and this way people would get Nifty bucks whenever they bought them. So it was kind of like getting something else when you bought them.
That's cool.
But my one of ones I would put on OpenSea.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, it's what's amazing is this new, and I would say it's probably been happening for 5 years, a decade, maybe, just in the gaming space in general. Like, think about what streaming did for people. Just opened up this whole new, an entire industry was created from it. And I think Web3 and enabling people like yourself to create something and put it up themselves is absolutely huge. And now, you being able to do that in Upland with map assets, a whole other level. So it's interesting. It really is, in that aspect, like you said, revolutionary.
Yeah, it is, definitely. And like everyone that's in it right now, especially like coming into it right now, like when STEM was released, well, totems for now.
Yeah.
I think this is the perfect time to come in if you're somebody new, because you get to kind of pick and choose. You get to strategize. You get to like be involved with the live process, which is amazing. I love that.
Yeah. Is that going to be your future focus, do you think, life, or is it always going to be map assets? What is the next? Adapt and evolve, I saw you say in your article. What's the next adaptation and evolution for Morecheese in Upland?
Next adaptation and revolution. I have actually a few things going on for that. Definitely life will be involved in that, because I definitely want to see where that goes, where that will take me. I do work from home, so I'm able to, have the time to babysit my totems. But just like kind of Uplandia is something else I've been in since Genesis Week.
Yeah.
I've been working on all of my original art for that, and it's literally taking me from Genesis Week to now.
Wow.
And I'm almost finished, and it's going to come out, I believe, the last week in this month. Don't quote me on
that's exciting.
That. But yeah, it's going to be fun, because like the stories I made for Bronxdale and that node, they're crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, they're so weird. You just kind of get to see a little bit more of inside of Cheese's head.
Is that the title of the quest that will go on, inside Cheese's head quest line?
No, but my little Morecheese is in there. My Black Explorer, and she's involved with some other kinds. I can't even say it. You're just gonna have to.
Okay,
you're gonna have to wait and see.
That's cool. That's cool. So you gave one tip for new players coming into the game. What about for veteran players?
Veterans, all right. So for veterans, I definitely do have a tip for them, and I do kind of tell them on the side, like nudge, nudge, come on, be more active in the Discord. Show up to the cafe for Goldie's show, get to know the new players in the game. Put a hand down to bring some of them up. Yeah. I know one of my favorite things to do is to promote people to kind of stay in the know, because those are the people we need them. We need them and more. You can't just kind of be into what only you're doing. You have to do that and help other people. Like, there's so many new people out there doing races, doing businesses, and like random people just DM me all the time. How do I do NFTs? Can you show me how to do an NFT? Or how do I sign up for MetaVenture? What are the processes? I know when Ben and D-Tech and I started with Samurai Aquatics, we recorded our first 10 plus meetings.
Mm.
So everything is in there, and I give them advice. I'm like, you should create schematic, like SKUs, to keep place all of your products. If you want to do different colors, if you want to do different varieties, make sure you have your ideas, this and that. And it's nice. It feels good. It's karma. I was helped. So many hands came down and pulled me up. So why shouldn't I do that for the new players?
No, that's right. So network for veterans.
Network,
Make sure you're networking, and connecting. Very cool. I like that. So let's talk about Morecheese in the Metaverse, your new show, your channel. How is that going?
I love it. I mean, it's not the Wine and Cheese or the UDU podcast. Those are fun. But understandably, things evolve and you have to adapt. So Morecheese in the Metaverse is basically just me kind of navigating the Metaverse and promoting people first and foremost, promoting Upland, telling about all the news that's out there. Anybody can come on the show. Granted, you are a nice person. That's pretty much all I ask for.
Mean people not wanted.
Yes, do not come to me if you're not a nice person.
So finish this sentence for me. I would enjoy the Morecheese in the Metaverse show if, like
me or people out there.
No, you finish that sentence. I would enjoy the Morecheese in the Metaverse show if.
I would enjoy the Morecheese in the Metaverse show if. I don't know. If you came on. And we could talk about Upland, and then we could talk about video games.
Okay. Yeah, actually, that would be fun to talk video games.
Yeah.
I would actually love that. So, you want to hear how I would finish that sentence? So I would enjoy the Morecheese and Metaverse show if I like to have fun. I think your show is fun and loose and relaxing. So
yes.
So that's
I totally went over my head.
No worries. No worries. Let's end this conversation talking about success. How do you define success for yourself in Upland?
All right. So success is tricky. Success is different for everyone. I feel like I had already several successes within Upland, such as finding the UDU, working with Ben and T-Tech on Samurai Aquatics, creating entertainment that people enjoy, hopefully, finding amazing people like Ablando, Shaq, Goldie, Banana, Dak, Zoe, C. Prado, and a lot more. If I didn't mention your name, I love you. If I mentioned everyone, the show would go on for 2 more hours. Networking is huge. Success maker in Upland. Everyone has to start somewhere. I started somewhere, and I'll forever play it forward and help as many people as I can. Networking and just kind of enjoying the small satisfactions. You got a meta venture, enjoy it. Start planning for it. Don't think about what else you could do right then and there. But for me, success is just like so many different things sewn together to make a nice little cheesy quilt.
I like it. Well, Morecheese, thank you for coming on and talking. I have loved it. For those of you not able to see behind the scenes, obviously, we had some technical difficulties.
From both of us.
We were able to figure them out, and we made it. So this has definitely been memorable, and thank you. Appreciate it. Where can everyone find you? How can they contact you? And where can they follow you?
I'm Morecheese, Morecheese on Discord, Morecheese Wax on Twitter. You can send me a DM in either one. MBA is where I hang out. That's like the umbrella for the UDU, Samurai Aquatics, Morecheese Pixel Palace, D6 Workshop, and our entertainment shows. And just send me a DM.
Awesome. Everyone, if you like this, if you like what we're doing, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. All of the links to everything Morecheese will be in the description below, so make sure you go check her out, subscribe, and enjoy. Let us know in the comments who you would like us to have on next, and we'll see you guys next time.